Hi everyone, this is Kelly. Tonight we are going to look at making bows. There are a number of ways to make them. You can use a bow jig like I'm going to show you this evening. You can use a fork, you can use your fingers, you can use your fingers like this. I am best with this. This is what made putting bows on cards feasible for me. I just do not have the dexterity to fumble with my fingers to make them. Now, what we have here is a plaque that my husband made for me. Most jigs will just have one line of drilled holes for your pegs that are spaced a ½ inch apart. My husband, being Tim the two-time tailor from Home Improvement, felt if one row was good, a whole plaque of holes would be better. So that is why mine looks like this. But if you want to just simply get a piece of wood and put one strip of holes in there that are spaced a ½ inch apart, you'll be able to do this. These dowels, I think this was probably like $2, maybe $3 at the hobby store. And this is just a regular dowel you can get at the hobby store, like Michael's, Joann's, and any other hobby stores you know of. This is 3/8 inch, and so he just drilled the holes to fit my dowels and then cut my dowels in 2-inch pieces here. And also I have some, or this is a 3-inch piece, excuse me. I also have some 2-inch pieces. Okay, so let's get started on how to make a bow. I am going to make the bow that is approximately 1.5 inches big. And what I'm going to start with is, first I'm going to start with a satin ribbon. Satin ribbons are the easiest to tie, and they also are pliable. They're soft. That's why I say to practice, go to Joann's or one of those places and buy a spool for $1 of this satin ribbon that you see there, and just make bows. The best way to learn is to practice, and once you've got it, you won't forget it. So this is about a 15-inch piece, 16-inch piece of ribbon. This is a 3/8 inch or 1 meter wide ribbon to start with. It's easier if you start with this size than, let's say, twine or 1/8 inch or an inch ribbon. They will look fine, but when you're learning, this is a nice size, and you just don't need very much. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make a U with my ribbon. See how that's a U? It's just around the back of the pegs. And I have my left hand, I have my right hand, and I am going to switch them or cross them over the front. Okay? So now what I am going to do is I'm going to take this, and the way to think about it is slide this along the bottom and bring it up and over the top. So this is up and over the top. Then you're going to take it and leave it flat and make it go underneath the one you held in back. Then put it through the loop, and now you're just going to make it taut, and voila, you have a bow. Okay, you can manipulate it and make the bow not be completely straight. Or I did not do this tight. If I did it tight, let me put it back on here. I will make it real tight, and then you'll see what I mean. Okay, if I make it real tight, these can be moved so that they dangle down. It still is a pretty bow. Now I'm going to actually undo this bow because I want to show you a couple other things or ways to do this bow. So that is a bow that is about 1.5 inches. So if I want a smaller bow, I just move my peg in one. Now this is still a pretty big ribbon for this, but we're going to do it. My U, left over right. I'm going to slide this under the bottom, bring it over the top, and then I'm going to take it around the back of this one, and I will put this through the hole that is created there. Okay, and I will tie my ribbon. Oh, why is it doing that tonight? It's doing that because I'm trying to film. I know it. It's like if you try to do that, I can do it without it making wonky bows all the time, and then there's a nice cute little bow. Isn't that cute? So that's just making it smaller. Now I'm going to put it back out to a larger size. I will undo this one, and I'm going to show you how to make a double bow. You can make a treble bow, you can make 4 times bow, but we're just going to stick with singles and doubles with this ribbon here. So with this ribbon, I'm going to wrap it around 2 times. So my U is actually wrapped around twice. So left and right, left over right, underneath, bring it over the top. It's going to want to come off. You just push it back down. Take this one and tuck it around the back, push it through the hole, tighten her up, and now you have a double bow. Very simple, and you can be consistent. Your sizes of bows will stay the same because your holes or your pegs are the same amount apart. Okay, so that is one bow for you to look at. Now, the other thing you can do is leave it on the spool of ribbon. Now, if you are doing that, it's basically the same thing, but I'll show you a little bit of a difference. It is the U. When you switch the left over the right, then the spool is on your left. It just stays there. That is the spool side. You're going to do what we did before, slide it under and over. This top part is going to go behind the spool one and in through the hole that you created by your finger. Okay, and then we're going to tighten this. And it really wants to be wonky on me tonight. That is just funny. But anyways, that is the bow. It can slide back and forth, and then you would cut it off. This way you're not using as much ribbon to make a bow. Okay, so that's another way to do it while it's on the spool. And the last one I want to show you as far as how to do it is, let's say you've got twine. Making bows with this drives me crazy. And I'm just saying it up front. So what I do is I undo a bunch of the twine and I just leave this hanging down. And then I just go crazy and just wrap it around. You know, that's 3 times. And I can just keep pulling it until I think I've got enough loops there. Then I'm going to do what we did before. This is like the spool of ribbon. It's on my left side now. And this is going to go underneath, over the top, hold it snug, go underneath this one, and in this one, and then you can see it's a knot. It just has to get tightened up. And then you just tighten it up. So once you tighten it up and you take off this, now you've got this beautiful, beautiful multi-bow. And I happen to like these. This is kind of how I make all my twine bows personally, because I think twine is a little, I don't know. I really like satin bows. I'm a satin bow kind of gal. So that is how I do it with twine. Again, you can move this in and out to fit your needs. I would not go much more than one more peg over unless you go up in your size of ribbon. If you go up in your size of ribbon, let's say you go to a 3/4 inch ribbon, that's when you're at these farther spaces. Otherwise, it really looks sort of odd. That's the best way to put it. It just looks odd. So here are our bows, and I'll just show you some other examples. This is made with a satin ribbon. It's a double. This is with a organza satin ribbon. This is with like a jute or a braided ribbon. Okay. And then the last one happens to be an iridescent Grow Grain. Now this is very stiff. I mean, it like flicks. It's that stiff. It's not going to drape. It's going to stay everywhere you put it. This is not. You see the difference right there? This one just stays where it is. This is a hard ribbon to use. I would not recommend it. I personally have a spool of this and used it in a different way versus making bows because it was too difficult to tie bows with. And I've been tying bows for a little while, not very long. I've only been doing this for maybe 2 years. So that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this evening. I hope I was able to make it easy for you to understand how to do the bows and everything. So thank you again. Have a great night. Bye-bye.